Hello YouTubers, Dr. Dan Alsop here and welcome to my second Doctor Who modification video. My first one was about a year ago, and in 2015 I made pretty much a total of 6 custom action figures, and most of them were for Doctor Who The Final Adventure, but some just because I wanted them. Right, let's begin. Now the first thing I wanted to do was create a curator action figure. Now you can see this isn't very accurate. However, I then just thought, had the Final Adventure written, and I heard about the curator action figure as shown out here, and I thought, why not I create a different costume before that. Like, he had an adventure before that, and you know the story in The Final Adventure. Now, I decided that he wouldn't be in the normal costume for the curator, and I felt, as he's essentially the 4th Doctor but in the future, he'd have a costume fairly similar. So the jacket is the Tom Baker jacket from the Genesis of the Daleks figure, so the legs. The waistcoat is the Time of the Doctor waistcoat, which is the regenerated one, so one where you put the Peter Capaldi head on, and the shirt's painted white, very visibly, but never mind. And then the head is just a generic 4th Doctor head, painted white, as you can see here. Now, I'll just move him out of the way. This figure, as well as doubling up as the curator, can also, because the head isn't on a peg, it just pops off. I'll remove the walking stick. Can also just double up. He can't hold the sonic screwdriver now, sadly, because of the walking stick. No mind, but that doesn't matter. So I just put the scarf around him, which I did for the episode, and you've essentially got a new version of the 4th Doctor's costume, which you could use for any animation, and I could do that, but I didn't want to, because I don't have any 4th Doctor stories planned. So what I did was, so that's the basic features, what it is. The walking stick also is the Time of the Doctor one. So what I did is I put it all in boiling water. The jacket I painted brown because I thought that would be an okay colour, and it's basically the David Tennant colour, so that was okay. And this one, despite looking rather technical, required so little painting, and is actually really simple to do, I thought. So basically put it in boiling water, remove all the features, paint them, put them back together, and it's really simple. So that's the curator figure, or as he isn't the curator until he's technically in this costume, the 26th Doctor. Then I wrote an episode for Final Adventure where I wrote in a load of characters who didn't exist in action figure form. One of them was Kate Stewart. This figure is a Sarah Jane Smith figure painted, so it's the one which comes in the Warriors of Kudlak, so it comes with a Uvodny, so it is just the white jacket, and sadly I didn't get all of it, but it's just the black jacket. And then the hair, which I did awfully. It was not going well. Been blonde, but a lot of faces get yellow, which I didn't have time to sort out. I will sort it out eventually. That wasn't important. I had a load of figures to make. So that figure is a really quick and easy custom to make, which I think anyone can do. Just get a figure and you can just put it in boiling water as usual and paint it. I then finally created 2 new figures for the unit personnel. One is on the left, Sergeant Benton, and on the right is Jake Jenkins. I'll begin with Jake because he's a lot simpler to talk about. If you've been watching my channel for a while now, you'll know that in my second Doctor series, I had a companion called Jake Jenkins, who was the Stephen Hart figure from Primeval. Now, I wrote him into my Christmas special this year, played by Jack Marsh. However, I was really stupid and realised that I got the years completely wrong, as he was a corporal in 1960s and he's still a corporal, but never mind, he maybe left and rejoined. But just to make it look like he was older, it's really simply I just painted the hair grey. Now there was a bit of a leak and it might still be on it. Yeah. Let's see. It became blue because I hadn't used the grey paint in a while there. And then the final touch I did was I got some card and printed that, which I think is a nice touch. This figure is really simple, and I'd use it to age any figure up. If you're not trying to add wrinkles or anything, just paint the hair grey, and I think it kind of works. Anyway, time to move on to Benton. This figure is the Series 1 Captain Jack figure, painted. It's also got that badge, Time Sergeant, which is removable actually. It's not painted on or anything, it's printed, and that can be removed. So if you wanted to do a Second Doctor series with Benton in it, you could just change that around, although the sizes are different down to the arms, but bit of there, you've essentially got Corporal Benton, but yeah. So what I did was, before printing that off, I actually tried painting that on, and it really didn't work. It's kind of visible on Jake. Not on camera so much, but there's just a bit there which looked really ugly when I tried painting it on. So what I did, I got the metallic dark green, which really failed for the 11th Doctor I did last year. I didn't try to matte it up this time because the other one became really sticky, and I've still not sorted that out. Though I didn't need to boil any water to do this, I just painted the tunic green, and I tried my best to get that green, but I didn't do that well. The hair, I did a black-grey wash over. I think works well. Basically, it's an older Benton. I did have a lot of bleed here, which is why his eyebrows gone a bit. So that's another simple one. But as you see, the paint's not brilliant, but it's okay on camera, but in actual life there's still a lot of blue leak coming through. So if you can hear any beeping, that's family. I might also add quickly that I removed the head from the spacesuit figure, so I could basically do this. If it goes in, well, I could, but then I just decided to put the 8th Doctor as an example, which I think works really well because the helmet goes over and everything. And that was also used in my Christmas special. Just something you can easily do. I've got some scratch marks when I try to open it. This bit comes off, and you basically open it up to remove the head, and then you need to get any figure. Hang on. Put that on. Possibly even glue that if you want. But then you can't really get the original Tennant head in it. Then you can just put Paul McGann, Paul McGann, and Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, anyone you want in it. My final custom figure I did, which I did at the beginning of this year, has a slight inaccuracy, and I'll tell you that later. See if you can, I'll tell you later. See if you can find it now. But it is the 12th Doctor as he appeared at the end of Series 9, and also as I kind of hope he is in Series 10 in the far future. And maybe subsequent series of Capaldi goes on, which I really hope he does. So this is my 12th Doctor custom from last year, which I made, which I decided I used a Time of the Doctor figure to basically use the jacket, and then I used a bearded Matt Smith and some other stuff. Bracewell waistcoat. However, and that was used in the 4 Doctors and my not winning entry for Mission Dalek. However, then this was released, which is a nice figure. However, it basically made my custom unneeded and useless, because I now had a proper 12th Doctor figure. So I thought, hang on, it's unlikely we're going to get a 5-inch Doctor in his red jacket, unless character would do what we used to do and release like a million variants of the same Doctor, cough David Tennant. So I decided I'd make my own. So all I did was I removed the jacket and arms, painted it red. As you see with that arm, I did very badly. There's still loads of black on it, which isn't good. But it is kind of a wreck. But it'll do, I suppose, because I'm not likely to use it for any figure adventures. And if I was to at some point, I'd have a lot of time to, because as you know, I've got 2 years which aren't going to be Doctor Who figure adventure or Doctor Who related. Well, as in, there's the Lost Years starting next month. And then 2017 I want to go on to new films. So this figure was really simple to do, as it was simply remove jacket and arms, paint them red, and then I've still got it. However, he's still got 11 sonic screwdriver, which is the inaccuracy, as he never used it wearing his costume. But I refuse to get sonic sunglasses for this figure, and I don't really want to make a custom sonic screwdriver, because that may be released at some point. So those were the custom figures I created in 2015. I really hope you enjoy this video. If you want to make any of these customs, tell me how they went, and if you could subscribe, that'd be nice. So if you enjoyed the video, click like, share it. If you've done any customs, tell me how you've done, or if you've just released any custom videos, tell me and I'll watch it eventually. So thank you all for watching. I've still got some more videos I'd like to make and release this month before the Lost Years begin in March, which I've not started editing yet, but hopefully you'll like it. So I will see you at some point this month for probably a Doctor Who sketch, but I don't know. Anyway, goodbye.